Welcome, Andrew.
Hey, Bill. How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Thanks.
So what brings you here today, Andrew?
Well, had a little altercation at home. Court says I got to take a batterers group. I have to take it, in part of the court order. I was kind of hoping that, this would count as, a batterers group. I haven't been able to get into one.
So when is the next group available?
Not for another 2 months.
That's a lot of time to wait.
I got to get going here. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know that this will count as a batterers group, but it depends upon the court, the judge, and the sentence you got. So, we can start today, and you can get the papers together, bring them in next week, and maybe even giving the courts a call so you can find out whether it'll work, since you need to get going.
Well, I guess so. I mean, my life's a mess. I mean, what do I got to lose,
Yeah. What's making it a mess right now, Andrew?
Well, I got kicked out of my house. My wife's got a restraining order against me. I'm living at my buddy's house, living in a spare room. It's ridiculous.
Difficult times all around.
Yeah, I'll say.
Well, before we jump right into the history, which is really important that I get, so I can get a snapshot of who you are, I'd like to tell you a little bit about what therapy's about. Have you ever been in therapy before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so this is probably really important that I tell you that what to expect, whether it's something you want to do, and maybe by the end of the session you'll have an idea of whether it's something that'll be helpful for you. So I'll spend a couple of minutes about that, and then we'll jump into getting history on you, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So therapy is a process in which we actually connect and talk about what's going on, why you're here, in your case being court mandated. And in the process, you tell me about all the details of what's happened, and we figure out what's the source of the problem. You build some new skills. Hopefully you gain some insight about why you've been having these anger problems, anger issues, or why people think you have an anger issue. It sounds like that's what you're thinking right now.
I mean, everybody gets mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Seems like it's normal to you. Yeah. And then we help you find new ways to make sense of what happened, and hopefully not have any more problems like you had a few weeks ago with your wife. Confidentiality is really, what confidentiality is?
Yeah. I mean, basically, you can't squeal on me.
Right. And in this case, since it's court mandated, information has to be sent to the court. And I've done many of these before. So basically, did you attend the sessions? Did you make progress? Did you accept responsibility? And what I think your outcome is going to be. Those are the kinds of questions they ask. So it's that information is not confidential for you since you're court mandated. Other things that are not confidential are if you talk about hurting yourself or hurting somebody else, I'm mandated to make sure that you take care of yourself and take care of everybody else in your family. So if it involves bringing your wife in to make sure you're safe, if it involves me spending some time with you or helping you, I'll do what it takes to make sure you're safe. Other than that, you have confidentiality.
Okay.
Not so much in this case, huh?
I mean, no. I mean, if you're going to, well, I'm okay with that.
Okay. You understand it.
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
Okay. And also, I know this may sound like it's contradicting what I just said, but this is your hour. Every time you come in here, it's your time. You're spending your good money and your good time, and you deserve good services. So if you feel like you're not getting what you need, Andrew, say, hey, time out. Bill, what's going on? I don't like what you're saying. I don't understand why you're saying these things, and I'll do my best to explain it or change my ways so you're more comfortable. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay? So that's an important thing
okay with that.
For me, that you feel comfortable here. And on that same notion, by the end of this session, let's check in and see if it's something you want to continue doing since you were expecting to do a group and it's not available for a couple of months. Okay?
Sure.
Okay. So let's get back to the history, and I know you probably are really wanting to dive into what happened a few weeks ago.
I don't understand what that's got to do with what I have to be here for. I'm supposed to be here to control my anger, I guess.
Right.
So I don't understand what my history's got to do with it.
Well, tell you a little bit about that. You know, it's my belief that if you look at someone just at what's happened today, you don't get a total picture. You just get a snapshot of that night or that day. And in all fairness to you, I want to look at the whole picture. I want to see what happened when you were growing up. I want to hear about things you were exposed to, things that you experienced, things you did, things other people did with you or to you or for you. So I understand where you come from, so I can better understand how you got to where you are today. You know, people thinking you need to control your anger. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. So let's go on with the history.